Good morning or afternoon for some people, and to the folks in the UK, good evening. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you all coming. To the new folks, this is the stream where we just kind of talk about whatever. I don't come in with a specific plan. All the folks that come here tend to bring a lot better information than I could, so we just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If you are new, if you have any questions, I will get to them. I sometimes get a little behind, but I go through every comment. So definitely let me know if there's something you have questions about or interested in. To the regular folks, thank you for being here. I always enjoy doing this stream, and I miss it when I'm not here. Like last week, I wasn't able to stream. I was off doing a ski trip with the family. So, well, I say skiing. My wife and my youngest got to ski. I got to go get beat up over on a snowboard with my oldest. She did awesome. Well, she ended up getting hurt a little too, but yeah, it was a painful 3 hours. I could not wait for this 3 hours to end. It took about 4 days. Like I felt my tailbone this morning when I was doing something that it was a little bit painful. Tip for people, get the wrist guards, because that's what snaps when you fall snowboarding. So I had the wrist guards. My left wrist still hurt from a couple of falls, but I was glad I had them. So yeah, I'm glad to be back today. So now let's go to the chat. Devon, good morning. Hope you just have a wonderful weekend planned. A wonderful weekend. This weekend's going to be, I just need to finish up a thumbnail, and then there's going to be a video tomorrow, but nothing else planned. It's just home. My wife left this morning to go out of town for work, so that means there's nothing she can ask me to do because she's gone. One of my daughters has dance for like 3 hours, so that's 3 hours. She can't ask me to do anything. And the other one just doesn't want to talk to me because she's a teenager now. So it's a good weekend. No. So anyways, thank you, Devon. I hope you're doing well. John, good morning from cool, wet Texas. Hope you had a great vacation. Yeah, we had a good time. We did. It's we didn't ski or snowboard as much as we had planned, but it was okay. We didn't feel bad about not using our ski lift tickets, because what happened the previous year was that we were all taking a snowboarding lesson, and about 7 minutes into our 3 days of snowboarding, my wife broke her wrist. So the ski place was like, here, we'll give you credit for everything, and we had to use that credit up. So we didn't feel bad that after we were beat up a little, we were good not going back for a second day. So anyway, so it was a good vacation though. It was nice not to feel like I had to do any more snowboarding, because yeah, I got beat up. There was points I was just sitting down. I'm like, I gotta take a break. I'm dying up here. The air's thinner. I'm old. So William, good morning to you. Yeah, the pain, it's almost gone. And again, congratulations to you and your daughter for getting accepted into the fine art and design. Did I get it right? School in Manhattan. That's huge. That's very cool, man. So congratulations. Brian, good morning. Greetings from Phoenix area. Hope all are having a great day. Thank you, Brian. And hope you're having a great day. And yeah, hope everyone's just having a mellow weather weekend. You know, that's all I can hope. I can't wish you all beautiful weather, but I can wish you mellow weather. So that's, so yes. And then Devon, Jack's Diner. Hello, Craig. Yeah, Jack, Rhett in Sacramento. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are getting some just mellow weather. I just want everything to just chill out. We need no more storms, no more, let's just hang out. Eat more possum, good morning to you. Larry, happy Saturday to you, Larry. And I always appreciate your happy Saturdays. William, he just had a pain from, yeah, that's, I got beat up. That was a thing, man. There's, when you snowboard, see, this is the kind of tech stuff you come for, snowboarding. No, when you snowboard, skateboard, you usually have a side that you favor. Well, one of the things we were working on was trying to be able to slide on that kind of front edge down the hill and turn, and it just like activates muscles like I didn't know I even had. That, yeah, I was just burning. So there was just points I'm like, I gotta sit down. I'm done with this part. I haven't even perfected the step before it. I'm gonna work on that some more while my daughter goes and kicks some butt. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, I'm glad I did it. That's one of those things. Like, I don't like roller coasters. I don't need to snowboard. There's a bunch of stuff I don't ever need to or want to do again. But I'll do it for my kids because I know physically I can make it through it, and I'm their wingman. You know, when there's when there's three people that want a roller coaster and there's only 2 seats and they need a fourth, I'm like, okay, it's time to go get woozy. So I'm just glad I'm in good enough shape to pull it off. Rhett, Craig, I ordered the new Echo Hub. Does it need to hook up to Wi-Fi, or can I use use just the Ethernet connection? The Ethernet connection. Well, see, here's the thing. With it, you can use PoE with it, which is power over Ethernet. And in cases of PoE, it's covering both. So I don't know for sure, but I really can't imagine that, and I'm trying to look it up now, I can't imagine that the Echo Hub supporting PoE but not supporting internet. You know, I mean, internet traffic. It wouldn't be Wi-Fi, it'd be internet traffic. So yeah, that I'm trying to roll down to see if there's a specific on that, because under their because they usually get into, okay, power over Ethernet. So you got supports power with compatible USB-C converter. So you have to get the USB-C to Ethernet converter, and then that's going to get that's going to open that up. Now for Wi-Fi connectivity, does not support connecting ad hoc peer-to-peer. See, yeah, I don't know, because I don't see something specific on the Ethernet side. And if anyone can chime in, that would be great. It's just, if you're not familiar with it, there's something called power, well, how do they call it? It's PoE, which is power over Ethernet. So your Ethernet cable with certain devices like Wi-Fi setups. Like I've had one where the switch, I plug the Ethernet into the other end, I plug into an access point. It provides power to that access point, and it provides signal. So with the Echo Hub, if you get a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, you can plug an Ethernet cable in, and that's going to give you your power. So the idea would be that you don't have to find an outlet to plug into. Instead, you drop an Ethernet down the wall, or you have some place where there's an Ethernet port that power can come through. But in every case that I think about where you would have an Ethernet port for power, you're using it for signal too. So I don't know for sure. If anyone else can chime in on this, this would be great. But I feel like that would seem so dumb that you wouldn't be able to use just the internet connection. Because the thing is with that, Rhett, is no power is going to be coming through it unless the device it's plugged into supports PoE. So, yeah, I mean, it's really meant for, gosh, that is such a tough question. I don't know when you would ever need power without signal, without data signal. So a million cases you need just data signal, but I don't know when you need just power. So if anyone could chime in, I'd love to hear some other opinions, but I don't see why it wouldn't provide just Ethernet. And throwing that out there, that even other Echo devices, older Echoes, supported Ethernet over their micro USB. So it's always, they've had that option to hardwire stuff. So that may have been too long of an explanation, but I think it would be good. Enthused, hey, welcome. Good morning. No eyesight, hey, from Puerto Rico, welcome. Bill, yeah, Bill Wilson, thank you for being here. And Bill is the official timekeeper of the Craig's Tech Talk channel. If it wasn't for him, which right now I forgot to open up Discord, if it wasn't for Bill, it would be like a 3-hour stream. But he'll put in the comments, give me a little time check, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you, Bill. There we go. Now I'll see. Let's see. And Jason, hey Jason, talk about tablet with smart home setups. Yeah, who does it right? Actually, I'll point you 2 different places because I don't got time for that noise. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll point you to people that I think can speak better to it. Because I would just be talking out of my you-know-what. No, if you want to look at it from the home kit side of things, check out Shane's channel. He did the whole setup on using an iPad as a smart home dashboard, and then he did a follow-up video of a year later and like how it went using it a year later. When it comes to the Google side of things, I know Reed did a video on using Google's latest smart display and being able to side load a dashboard onto it, a Home Assistant dashboard, I believe. But those are the only 2 that really stand out right now as that have specific videos targeting smart home displays and 2 different uses. When it comes to the Echoes, you got the Fire tablet version of it, but yeah, I haven't explored it, and I don't know who else. I don't know. I haven't seen anywhere of anyone bringing any cool Fire or Echo dashboards to the table. Where when you go into the HomePod or the Apple Home side of things, there's actually third-party controllers that you can use. And that's another one I'll point back to Shane, because he did one from a company that had software that you could really customize the smart home dashboard. But I don't know any details on that. I just know the Echo side of things, you're like, you're on your own. Tough. You get nothing and you like it. Let's see. No broken. So I don't know if that helps at all, Jason. No, John, no broken bones this time. That's all I could hope for, man. You know, so yeah, we're gonna take a trip for spring break. We're gonna go over to Catalina because that's close and kind of an easy little trip to take. And there's a rope course, which we went through, and we got towards the end of that thing. There was a couple of these little obstacle rope course in the tree things that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this one off. That looks hard. So I was like, I wasn't gonna bail out. They're like, you ready for this one, Dad? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Oh my God, I'm gonna look like a jackass. There is we're going to Catalina, and my wife, only one of my daughters wants to go on the rope course this time. And my wife's like, well, you can go if you want. I'm like, no, I'm good. Whoever wants to go. And I'm just hoping she'll take it. I'm like, please, just take it. You know, I don't want to get old. No, then we're gonna go zip lining, which will be cool. We had a good time zip lining. Last time we went there, my one daughter was too small to go on her own, so she had to be like cradled with my wife. It's really kind of funny. But anyways, yeah. That's the next time to see if there's going to be any broken bones. Dave, hey David, hope you and Andrea are doing well. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, see, that sounds nice. That's not too bad. We're cruising. We got 51 happening here. So yeah, it's a little cool, sweatshirt weather. William, thank you. Yeah, my wife, she was taken out last year. Yeah, last year it was a 4-day spring. It was a 5-day trip out of the 7 days of spring break. And, yep, day number 2, snap. So she knows her limits now, and she was making sure to wear her wrist guards. Yeah, and hey David, welcome. And Alan, hey, so that I thought I saw Alan in there. Not now, Dave. I do want to give a shout out, Alan, who is one of our regulars here. He had a COVID scare in the hospital and everything. He is doing well, made it through that, and I'm glad to hear that. If you guys been around for a while, Alan Buckley, yeah, he's been here a long time, so he hadn't seen him in the room, and that's why he's in a hospital, like fighting for his life. So glad to hear he's okay. David, I put Home Assistant on my MacBook. Didn't realize if you turn it off, the automation stopped working. Oh, that's interesting. So now, if you turn off Home Assistant or if you turn off the laptop, because I'm curious. I haven't tried Home Assistant on an Apple. Also, I can only see the last motion on my Ring cameras. No live or playback earlier in the days or weeks. So on Home Assistant, it's not recording that because, or are you not seeing it on Ring? You know, I don't know enough about the Home Assistant side of things on there. So I'm curious what that means. In the Home Assistant app setup is where you would see camera recordings, or in your cloud storage for them. So yeah, let me know. Break time. Hey, good morning from Phoenix. Hope you are doing well. I'm doing great. No complaints. I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, a lot of love in Phoenix. John, question. I need a good LED light strip that has colors mounted to use for alerts. Well, one of the ones that I'm using that's good, what is it at right now? Here, I'll just give an overhead shot for a moment. Please hold. I'll give you a different shot. There you go. One moment. Let's see. I can't tell. Trying to see what would make sense. Now the ones that I'm using that I have around my door, and I'm actually thinking of putting somewhere else, are the nano, or not the nano leaf, sorry, let me bring them up. The Aqara T1 strips. The only problem with the T1 strips is you have to have an Aqara hub, which is annoying. So I like the color. I like the warm white out of this and the cool white. And they work with all the assistants, but you do need to have an Aqara hub for them. So that would be the one thing you need to add into the picture. What I'm using in here are the nano leaf. Here, I'll drop these down here. Let's see. And see, I purchased this in August. I don't get everything for free. Let me drop a link to these if you want to check them out. But they're a balanced light strip. They aren't the brightest white, and they aren't the brightest colors, but they're a good balance. I think the colors are better on these than the nanoleaf ones that I like, but the nanoleaves have better white light. So for alerts, this could be a good option there. Their Aqara T1 M light, their new one, excuse me. Actually, I'll just go to Aqara. Aqara's new T1M ceiling light basically uses their LED strip in there. So inside of this light. So if you look at any of the recent smart home videos on this light, you'll see kind of what it looks like behind plexi, the plastic covering on it. But yeah, I think those are a nice balance. The other ones that I use, because I really like the white light, but they're not great um, for colors. Like, they're fine for colors. It is the Nanoleaf Essentials. And this is this works with Apple Home and Google Home. It'll also work, it's a Matter light. So you do need to have a Matter controller, so an Echo that supports Matter. And I like these because I think they're a good balance. Or they just have the best white light out of them. What I have here, these are Nanoleafs at like 4% right now. They're turned way down. So all of this stuff is all Nanoleaf behind me right now. So at very low levels, because if I take them higher, you'll see it rolling on camera. So don't know if that helps. Hey, David, thank you very much for the super chat, $4.99. And I don't have any good light animations, but I could do fireworks. So only on Home Assistant. The Ring app's working as normal. It also lets me put them on HomeKit app, but same issue. Now, if you put it in the HomeKit app, and if you have it in there, are you able to do HomeKit secure video? Does it show up as an option there? Will it do, like, what I'm wondering is, like, God, for some reason I was feeling like my Ring, maybe it wasn't the Ring cameras. Yeah. I don't know if you're able to do HomeKit secure video, so you actually see your recordings happening within the Apple app itself. So it just keeps the last 10 days worth of recordings. Yeah, God, I don't know enough about Home Assistant, and I hate that you gave me money for that, man, to give you no great answer. Yeah, I don't know what kind of recording limits would be in there, because that seems like a Home Assistant limitation at that point. Is it doing anything to keep from over, like, is there a limit on there and a setting where it needs to record over, like, has it reached capacity? And, does it need to open up the time range that it'll support? Like basically what I'm picturing is, somehow does it think the amount of video storage is less, so you could only save this many files and then it has to start recording over stuff, as if you're looking at an SD card. Like cameras that take SD cards, you put one that's too small, it starts recording over it too quickly. I don't know, that just it seems like a limit there. I wish I had a better answer. Let's see, and thank you for that super chat. Now, David, couple of little things. First, some Echo routines can have multiple triggers, such as voice and schedule. Unfortunately, this is not the same as multiple conditions. Yeah, that is... the thing, though, that I think disappoints me the most in the Echo smart home automation is the inconsistency. Where it's like you said right there, some Echo routines can have multiple triggers. Where it's like, I feel like that's a tough part. Some devices can control other devices. Some where I can have, when a scene control a specific light. So every time I just say video light on, it just turns a smart switch on. It's not even a part of it. It just says whenever this scene is triggered. Not when it was voice, not when Ring senses motion, or when whatever their specific devices Amazon says can be a trigger. No, in Apple Home, anything can be a trigger, which is, I don't like the limitations like that. Like just how you said that, David, some Echo routines can have multiple triggers. Like, why can't all of them? Why can't all of them? Like that, I don't know. Tomorrow's video is going to be on why I use Echoes and HomePods in my house. And I tell you the benefits of each one of them. And one of the ones I touch on is the automation side of things. And with Apple Home, I think there's just more choices when it comes to true smart home automations. like what triggers what, and things that you have to actually go to Home Assistant to be able to do with Echoes that are just native within the Home app. But yeah, that is, conditions would be nice, and that's one of the things I wish that that Apple Home had too. You have routines and stuff that you can, or sorry, you could do shortcuts that can have conditions in them, but it would be nice to really have more condition control in Apple Home and Echoes. But even then, there is conditions just built into a lot of features within Apple HomeKit. So you have like recording videos. You can have it so if someone's in the house, it could be my wife or myself, cameras are completely disabled. But if both of us are gone, then cameras are turned back on. So that kind of condition, they do have a bunch of that stuff available within Apple Home app. So this smart home automation will run only if someone is in the house. If nobody's at home, it won't run. So yeah, it'd be great to see more condition stuff, which it's disappointing it's not there. Oh man, I think I got myself way behind already. A couple little things. Bill Wilson, better you skiing than me. At 62, I need to be more careful about the dangerous stuff. It takes longer to recover than it used to. And hey, Bill, that's something really stuck with me is that one of my coworkers, a producer, I think he's coming up to 60, but he loves to ski. And it's one of his favorite things to do, but he'll only ski in great conditions because he looks at it. He's like, at any point, this could be the last time I ever ski. I could be taken out, and I don't want to be taken out on a crappy trail. So he's going to wait for beautiful conditions, and he's not going to be skiing on the ice stuff that my wife broke her wrist on. So, because it ain't worth it. So yeah, I can appreciate you gotta pick the moments that are worth it, Bill, at that point, which I get. That's where when I was snowboarding, I'm like, I don't need to be a hero now. I'm like, my feet are killing me. I'm getting a little wobbly on my feet. I'm not breaking something. So ain't worth it this time. David, second, custom actions no longer have to be the last action in a routine. That is good to know. I did not know about that. That was one of the big limitations of customs, with not being able to throw it on top. William Craig, when it comes to Amazon Echo Hub power over internet, Breck Tech Talk has a great video on it. But when it comes to power over the internet, as long as the cord that you connect to the Echo Hub is connected to a switch and the switch is connected directly to your router, you should have power. Got it. Yes, that makes total sense. Thank you, William, for mentioning that. Yeah, that in the case of my Ubiquiti Wi-Fi setup, I had to have a 16-port switch, and the 4 different access points had Ethernet you'd see the little PoE light turn on because that device drew power. So if you plug it into, like what you're saying, William, if you were to plug in that Ethernet into the back of your modem from your hub right to the back of your modem, I don't think it's going to provide any power. You would need to have a switch in line, and a switch, for those who don't know, they're really cheap, and I'm using a 16 port now, but I've bought a bunch of these 4 ports. 4-port Ethernet switch, and this is the one I just go with. It's one of these right here. I purchased 2 times. Last one was like 2020. But you take your signal coming out of your actually this one, I don't know if this provides PoE. I'm not going to put a link, but this is the kind of switch. You need a switch. You just need one that provides PoE. And the idea is that actually better way to do it, PoE. You need to get one like this, $69. You have a switch. You take your signal from your modem it goes into the box, and then you distribute to your different devices. So your Echo would have to go into one of these type of ports. So that would be the kind of thing you need to work in there to get your PoE. But if you want straight Ethernet, I don't think there would be a problem with getting straight Ethernet. But I might be wrong. Without a switch. Okay, where am... Okay, and thank you, William, for letting me know that, yeah, the switch seems to be really the key key piece that you need to add in there to ensure you have PoE. So thank you for that. Never plug a PoE cable into a regular Ethernet device. You could damage the device. I think the power lines are lines they use for other things too. Ah, okay. No, that's good to know. So that's another thing to factor in. So you would need, yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking because I know there's certain things like my switch that I used for access points. If devices needed PoE, it would provide it. If not, it wouldn't. So like I could plug anything into it. Definitely be aware of if your Ethernet is providing power out of it, like you're saying, because yeah, those will get used differently. John, SpaceX finally got the new spaceship up. Only thing, it didn't make it down in one piece because of the heat shields. Yeah, it was very cool to see that SpaceX got their Falcon 9 rocket up. And then they had a RUD, a rapid unscheduled disassembly, meaning the thing blew up. But yeah, it's very cool. They got it up. They had that. They had they got the ship up, Starship, I think, is that what it's called? Starship. They got it up in the air 49 minutes. It was the longest flight, so it's awesome, man. Watch next time, they'll nail it next time. David, my first Zigbee light strip from 2019 has stopped responding, replaced with Govee, but unhappy with the jarring power on. Yep, my old strips had a nice soft start. Any other makers with a slower power on? God, I was feeling like the Nano Leaf. One of the things I didn't like about the Nano Leaf, because I had grown so accustomed to the quick on-off. I think the Nano Leaf Matter, the Nano Leaf Matter stuff has a built-in. Gosh, I'm looking at the wrong search. Nano. Yeah, let me type Nano Leaf Matter. If you look at the Nanoleaf Essential strips, which they're actually on sale now, the thing, that's what I'm using behind me. If you get the matter version, I noticed a fade with the matter version. The HomeKit versions don't, for some reason. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's just different. The HomeKit versions snap on and off quickly, where the matter versions just have a fade to them. Let's see if I could demonstrate. I think this is the only matter Nanoleaf I have in here. And I think if I turn it off, yeah, see, it's got the little fade built into it. So there's a fade built into the Nanoleaf Matter stuff. But if I go with another lamp I have that is, let's put it in, wrong lamp. Forget it. I give up. No, this, I can't show you. It's not showing. But yeah, the Matter stuff has a fade built into it. So the Nanoleaf Essentials could be an option for you. You just need to make sure that you have a way of controlling it with Matter. If you're doing it on the Apple Home side, it's any HomePod, any Apple TV. If you're doing it with Echoes, you need to make sure you have an Echo Matter controller. And it looks like there's a promo code for these for an additional 10% off. So if anybody's curious about them, But also know they make a HomeKit version, and the HomeKit is thread, and it does not work with everything. So you need to be careful buying the thread stuff. Unless you know you could use it. William, Craig, when it comes to the Apple Home dashboard, Shane Watley uses his designer. It is a great software to design your home dashboard for your Apple Home. Yeah, I remember seeing the video on some of his video on that, and it looked like it had some cool customization there. I know he's a good one that he's tinkered enough to know. Yeah. Oh, John, next weekend I'm going to NASCAR in Austin. Very cool. My wife's actually in Austin until Friday, next Friday, I think. But yeah, that's very cool. That sounds like fun. I'd like to check out NASCAR sometime. David, supermarket in the UK lost all power chip and PIN payments today, so cash only. Oh my God. Yeah, what a nightmare. Oh, I can imagine. Especially in the UK, because you guys seem to be on top of the digital, switching over to digital payments. Like, way, Apple Pay was taking off way faster in the UK. Yeah, so that's going to be a pain. Oh my God. William Craig, the proper software is called for Shane Watley's Viz Designer. It's a great, wonderful app, and I just, is it started using it? Oh, 18. Oh my gosh. Now I really went way off. Okay. There I go with my long one. Okay. Wow. I am so far behind. I need to pick it up. Home Assistant only sees the last recorded. So you got a limit there with it. And William, thank you for sharing the proper name for that. Let's see. Okay, and thank you, David, again for that super chat. Question: do I still need the hub if I use Hubitat hub? No, with the Aqara stuff, it has to be their Aqara hubs. Gordon, do you know about the VC Box V3 for viewing over 2,000 IPTV channels? I saw one working and surprised how well it worked, but it won't wash my car. I have never seen a VC Box V3. I have not seen that. I am just an Apple TV, Fire TV user. That is about it for me. That I know there's a lot of other devices out there. Oh yeah, 349. The Pro didn't get very good reviews. But internet TV, yeah, I haven't gone deep enough into any of those. I've had different offers to check out stuff, but I don't know anything about it. John, I'm glad that did help. William, Craig, quick question. My outdoor cameras have failed and I want to buy new outdoor video cameras, but I want them to work with both Lady A and HomeKit. What would be a good recommendation for that? One of the ones that is a tried and true that keeps on going, that I actually saw an article on The Verge on the other day. I now consider it a classic. The Eufy Cam 2Cs. The Eufy Cam 2Cs. They have a newer version, the Eufy Cam 330, the Eufy Cam 3s. The problem with these is that, and I have sets of these. I have a couple of these in my garage. I don't even have set up. Problem with it is this new base station does not work with Apple Home. So you can't use these cameras at all with Apple Home. They are strictly for Google and Amazon. Now, if you go with the generation earlier, the Eufy Cam 2Cs, these work with HomeKit. They do need a base station. I actually need to recharge mine. I've put them off because I have Ring cameras in the places that I have two of these. But this right here, this would be the ones that I use outside. And I would show you if they didn't die. But yeah, I'll have to get them charged up for you. But you see, these have 13,000 ratings for 4.4 stars. No, I like these. You can save them in Apple Home without. You could watch everything within Apple Home without a problem. See, I'm trying to think too many steps ahead that I'm screwing up the step I'm trying to do right now. Like, I just want to verify. No, since it's showing no response. I don't think it supports HomeKit secure video. That's what I wanted to check. I don't think it does. But yeah, these would be the ones that I would recommend for outdoor cameras. I have Ring stick-up cams, and I have 2 of these. And I'll drop a link down there. They are 1080p cameras, and it's very disappointing that they haven't made 4K ones that work with HomeKit. So this, yeah, definitely a great way to go. And depending, yeah, $60 more, you know, you get 3 of them. And something to keep in mind too, everybody. March 20th through the 25th is the next Amazon Prime event or Amazon event. Let's see, they just had it showing. You suck every time. You guys just suck. It kept showing me that forever. No, we got a new event coming up, the 20th. So I would take a look at it then. But yeah, it's very disappointing that Eufy's 2nd gen stuff supports HomeKit, but their 3rd gen stuff doesn't. Yeah, I'm sitting on, let's see, I have a total of 6 4K cameras. No, 2 2K and 4 4K Eufy cameras that I can't use with HomeKit, which I need to get rid of. John, he needs a hub for Home Assistant that stays on. Yeah, you have to. That's where a lot of cases they'll recommend like a little Mac Mini, or like Hoobs recommends that, and also for Homebridge they'll have it to install in there. Curtis, hey Craig, nice to be here. Thank you for being here, Curtis. I appreciate it. David, soon as I added a Ring camera on the Apple Home app, first time opening the camera, it just plays back the last motion. Won't let me go back or see live footage. I'll have to do some more research. Yeah, within the Home app, that's going to be the thing within the Home app, is that what you'll be able to do, David, is you'll be able to, you get to have them pop up on your Apple TV if you want. You'll be able to access them live, but it's not going to save footage anywhere. So you would need either Home Assistant has to save that footage, or it ends up being on Ring. And like in the case of the Eufy cameras I was just talking about, those cameras, they will show you, I can see them in Apple Home, and I can use them. I can bring them up in Apple Home. I can have them pop up on my Apple TV, but I can't record footage into the Apple Home app. Now with my Aqara cameras, they can actually save footage into HomeKit secure video. So that'll save into my iCloud account. So I don't think you're going to get HomeKit secure video footage that you need in order to save footage with Apple. So if you can find out how to do that in HomeKit, it's hidden. So, hey, I'd like to see that. Devon, Kung Fu Panda is out now in theaters. Hey, very cool. Those were Jack Black. I can appreciate the guy at times. We just ended up watching Jumanji, and if you haven't seen that, he's pretty funny in there. He's Jumanji with The Rock. It's a pretty funny movie. I was really surprised how good it is. I liked it. So, anyways, I'm right behind. I'm not gonna go look up Jumanji. So Ava, welcome. Greetings from rainy Colorado. Oh no, rainy Kildare, Ireland. Very cool, Ireland. Nice. Ireland is one of the handful of countries I want to go visit that I haven't been to yet. Very cool. And yeah, greetings from rainy. That's it, what I picture. Rainy and green. No, so I've been to Scotland, but I haven't made it to Ireland yet. So thank you for being here. Larry, hey Craig, with iOS 18 to include Apple's version of AI, what do you think this means for Apple Home, and do you think it could have anything to do with the new home? The problem with Apple doing it with Apple AI is I think Apple's very good, I think, at compartmentalizing things. So the AI will make something strong in a way that I think it'll help strengthen up features, but I don't see AI being an assistant yet. I see the AI playing a part in the background, under learning your behaviors and stuff, but I don't see Siri becoming super smart for a while. You know what I mean? It's like the way Amazon went about trading Lady A, with just taking everybody's request and putting them all into the pile, versus Apple's approach to things. I just feel like, if anything, Apple's going to limit AI more so than other people. Like, I would love to see Chat GPT and Siri came together and they just had this beautiful connection. But I don't see that happening. I see it really working under the hood, more so. So I'm curious. I'd love to see how that plays out, because a big missing piece is a smart Siri, and a bigger missing piece from all these assistants is just that AI to be able to read between the lines and understand us better. So hopefully, I'm curious to see what happens, but I really think it'll be under the hood things that we'll just see improvements, where everything will be like AI driven music and AI. Yeah. But can I ask a question and get the correct answer? No, Siri still can't do that. So, Andrew didn't think there was a live stream today. Watching from the hospital on strong painkillers, giving up surgeries after 3 cancellations in a week. Oh my God, UK, National Health System is on its knees. I am so sorry to hear that. I am glad you have strong painkillers, and thank you for being here. Oh man, I am sorry, man. I hope they get you straightened out. I really hope they do. That sucks. But thank you, Andrew, for being here. And yeah, hope you feel better, man. John, I picked up 5 gallons of water. My back has been out for 2 weeks. 63 years old. John, I'm gonna be 48, and I sneeze wrong, and I've taken myself out for weeks. So I feel you, man. So I'm sorry, John. David, see the German man who's had 217 COVID injections. He's had no side effects. What? I had not heard of that. Wow. Devon, I almost forgot. Voodoo is now Fandango at home has arrived. Fandango. I haven't used Fandango in a while. Thanks for the update. David, thanks, Craig. The lights are motion activated in the kitchen at night. Really need the slow fade. Yeah, and you know what, though? That's one of the things I like about the Lutron dimmers. The Lutron dimmers, I love that they got that built-in fade. It's one of the things that I liked about the Philips Hue. Philips Hue bulbs, same thing. They just had that natural fade in them. So it's a pleasing thing to just, even the new Aqara ceiling light, you can choose what the fade time is. You can pick between 0 and I think like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, in half-second increments. I was like, wow, that's pretty slick. So, Brian, I like those Eufy 2Cs. I picked up a couple last summer to play some Wise. The Eufy 2Cs are great cameras. I highly recommend them. Did I skip something? I thought I was like way behind, and then I'm not. Or did I catch up? What happened here? Okay. Seriously, did I get everyone's comments? No, I don't see my thing rolling still. So Larry, hey Craig, I just bought in a car E1 security camera. How do I have it automatically go into privacy mode when I am home and go into record mode when I leave? Apple Home or in the Aqara app? The way that I would do that is you do it within the Aqara app is really the best way to do it. Because what will happen, what's weird with it is what I would do with the G2H that rolls, or the G3, I think it is. The G3 would roll the face down when it goes into privacy mode, and that would disable the camera. And then when I would open it on Apple Home, it would open it up and I could see. Now, the problem with the Eufy one is if you put it in, or with the Aqara E1, if you put it in privacy mode in the app and you open it within the Home app, what it does is it just faces you can open it up in the Apple Home app and you'll see the corner that it turns itself into. So really the best way to do that is the best way to handle it is to just do it within the Aqara app if you can. And depending how you choose to do it within the Aqara app, you can create a scene and you can have that scene brought into Apple Home. But yeah, I think you're best off just trying to keep it in there. Trying it within the Home app, but the G3 is a little easier for it because when you ask it to turn on from any assistant, it'll automatically roll out of privacy mode, where the E1 doesn't automatically spin itself around. Okay, David, Eufy was due to add more of their newer cameras on HomeKit back in November, but they've been delayed. Yeah, you know what, David, I was looking that up. People have been wanting the Eufy, the 3 series, the Homebase 3, to be upgraded for like a year prior to when I tried them out. So I had no faith that it was going to happen. So I'm actually, I have a 4-pack of their 4K cameras with a base station 3, and I have a 2-pack of their Eufy Cam 3s, their 2K versions with the 3 base station. And yeah, they're not doing me any good right now. Let's see. Andrew, chip and pin issues in UK meant home deliveries canceled. Not good for vulnerable and disabled. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, in the UK, they're very... I was jealous. I was jealous of all the digital usage in the UK. We finally got it happening in here. I remember one of the stores I went to. I'm like, do you guys accept Apple Pay? They're like, no, Apple charges too much for their fees. We're not going to use it. Go back like 6 months later. It's like, you take Apple Pay. Okay. So, William Craig, I actually wanted to give you an update on the Aqara U100. I love it so much. I actually got a few to add on to my rental properties. Tenants love them. Very cool, man. That is great to hear. The Aqara U100 is, I'm glad that's working out. I always love to hear that, especially, as someone who's making content. And, I've put my own, reputation on it by telling people this is what I've been using since the day I put it on. My family loves it, like William's saying, his tenants love it. My family loves it because everyone can just push a button and take care of it themselves. And I mean, blah blah blah. Words are hard. William, we were just at a condo that had a Yale lock on it. I know the Yale lock they bought cost over $200 when they got it. This one with the $40 off coupons, $150. And it works with all the assistants, and the reviews are good. Have been people are liking it. So it runs off AAA battery or AA batteries, and I've changed those out 3 times. Like the most recent time was, I think, about a month ago. So in the course of a year, I've changed. Yeah, maybe it's 2. I don't know, 2 or 3 times, but not enough that I've been annoyed by it. So yeah, I'm glad to hear you like it. That is good. It's good for other people to hear, so not to just listen to me. But yeah, and I'm glad it's working. It's helping out for the tenants. And the thing with them, what I like about this lock is that you have all these different ways to be able to unlock it, and open it. The fingerprint sensors are the best. I mean, tenants have to love that. If you go and get them set up with some fingerprint sensors, then you got your PIN on top of that. Apple Watches. I mean, the thing is cool. It's great. And it doesn't cost $300 like my other lock did. So, but thank you for that update. David, Craig, you had to cut out so fast last time. I know I had to run. I think you misunderstand my cue. If I leave a dimmer at 100%, will it damage a smart bulb since I believe a dimmer at max is less wattage than a toggle switch? Yeah, because the curve, yes, I understand what you're saying, is there's a weird power curve that ends up happening. And I think since you're in that 100%, yeah, that your wattage is stabilized, if that makes sense. Will it damage a smart bulb since I believe a dimmer at max is less? Okay. If I leave a dimmer oh, no, yeah, I hear you. Yes. I got it now. If it was one of those old rheostat dimmers that can be twisted, I would be concerned. Knowing what I know about electricity, there's a lot of fluctuation in power. We would, like in the US, we use 120 volt. Really, we call it 110 most of the time, 110 volt. If you put a meter on it, you can see between 112 to 120, 119. It can vary all over. So if you have a physical button dimmer, something that locks at a top level, I wouldn't worry about damaging the light because I know the voltage can vary enough in there that it's not going to damage it. But if you had one of those little rheostat, the little knobs, and that thing can get turned a little, now you're sending 90 volts to it and it's not quite enough. So yeah, in that case, and I'm sorry for misunderstanding, but yeah, if it's definitely locked at full, I wouldn't worry about it at all. Just knowing that, and that's how we would treat certain things from a professional lighting standpoint. There are certain things you wouldn't want to plug into dimmers. So if we toggled it so that it was always on or off, we were cool. If we faded, we were going to break something. So so just keep it on or off. You'll be fine. So Ava, you got to come, but not in March. Yeah. When's a good time to come? When's the best time to be in Ireland? Because I know that's a trip my wife would like. John, I'm playing with Home Assistant, Habitat, HomeKit, Echo, Eve, HomeKit. Everyone has difficulty. See, I like that you're playing with them all. That's great. David, have you heard rumors of Apple working on a smart ring? Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, it's like I wear my watch to bed and I kind of don't know why I wear it to bed. I mean, I did because I want to know my sleeping. Main reason I wear it to bed now is I get up way earlier than my wife, and I just feel my watch vibrating, so it doesn't wake her up. But it would track everything a ring would track. I just guess, I mean, you get to track 24/7, but I don't know what I need the data for. So I think if you have something that, yeah, you need like a heart condition, things you want to look out for, sleep apnea, things that could be detected, bring it. It's awesome. Personally, I don't know why, because I feel like my watch is going to do it. And like this morning, for some reason, I was checking my sleep app just to see where things were. And yeah, I'm like, I don't know why I'm really wearing it. I know I go to bed at a decent time now. I'm averaging 6.5 hours of sleep time. Yeah, so I don't know the use yet. I think if it became something where you could use it like home key and you can do it, you could pay for things with it. Hell, sounds awesome. I say, why not? Why not? Go ahead and play with it. Let's see what it does. Do I see a need for it? Not at all. But I'd love for you to prove me there's a great point. So, no, I mean, yeah, because if you can implement payment, you can implement house keys, identification, health features, all cool. If it's got a speaker on it and you're talking to your friend walking down the street, I got to listen to that crap. No, don't ever make it. William, Craig, definitely I feel you when it comes to the AI from home. Apple Home first has to advance their HomePod capabilities. They are way behind when it comes to Google or Lady A. Yeah, that's where you got to open the third party support. You got to open up. That's a big one. Third party support. Apple, open it. John, that is very nice. Yeah, for praying for him. Question: do you use any smart light switches? Oh yeah. I have way too much money invested in Lutron. I use the Lutron Cassetta switches and dimmers. I think they're the best. I'll just drop a link to this, and I do need to pick up my pace because I got to take my daughter off to dance. The Lutron dimmers. Lutron has been around making lighting switches for years. You could walk into Home Depot, and if you go and try to buy a physical dimmer, it's probably going to be made by Lutron or Leviton. Lutron is everywhere. For the past 20 plus years, I've walked into hotel ballrooms with professional Lutron lighting systems installed to control all the different zones and to be able to tap in and run it all. So they work on a commercial level, and they work, just on a residential level too. And they made their stuff smart. So I use these. They're the most reliable option. They connect to their hub. They're robust. They work with everything. But they cost $50 a smart plug, which sucks. So they're expensive. So that is the bad part about them. They cost, you got to get a starter kit to get started. That is one dimmer and one remote for that dimmer. $99, and that's going to cost you $50 to $60 per switch. But to me, they're the best. So that's what I would. Those are my favorite. Let's see. T. Lieberg, my Aware FPT keeps flashing green. Does anyone know how to get it to work properly? The one thing I would check. Definitely make sure your Aqara app is updated. Go into the Aqara app and double check. Check if there's a firmware update. Aqara is very good about firmware updates. Press the button 10 times and it just keeps flashing green. And if I hold down for 10 seconds, it keeps flashing green. Okay. Okay. With that, I would say reach out to Aqara. I hate to say that, but I do know that Blake, who's edited videos on this channel, he had a problem with his Aqara smart lock. They sent him out a new one. So I know I would reach out to them. If it's just flashing green continuously and the reset steps aren't working, then I would reach out to them because they seem to be good about. Yeah, what was the deal? I think Blake was saying that they told him just to keep the one he had, and the one he had, it was I forget what it was. It was like there was one thing wasn't working, and it may not have been it wasn't his sensor, but there was something that he ended up with the second one essentially. Yeah, but yeah, he was. And I might be thinking of something completely wrong. But I do know Blake was saying they replaced his smart lock. They were very good about that. Let's see. David, not sure about the U.S., but we got Amazon sale event 20 through 25th. Yep, March 20th through the 25th here in the U.S. too. I'm hoping the Echo Hub goes on sale so I can buy one on sale for once. So since I never get my Echo devices on sale because I always buy them when they are at full price. Gordon, Apple was considering AI to help users trade the stock market, but decided against it. I just released my software that uses algorithms for trading Forex. The Forex market trades 4 trillion a day. Really? Wow. So now where are you? How's your software getting? Is it standalone software? And I'm not familiar with trading Forex. Or is it like a script that goes in a type of software? So man, that's impressive, Gordon. And you're going to teach me how to count cards at some point, right? So, it'll be like when my wife convinced me to come to Vegas, I'll be like, okay, I'll come. I gotta make some money. William, when it comes to card cameras to activate privacy mode when you're home, turn it on when you're away. Another way to set it up, shortcuts. Yeah, using shortcuts too. Gotta love that stuff. There's so many little details people don't realize that are there within shortcuts and Apple Home. Now, John says you can't use the cameras in HomeBridge in HomeKit. Now, when I was using with Hoobs, I'm able to see Ring cameras within HomeKit, and I was also able to even see them on Apple TV, so I can have them pop up. There was one Halloween that I was actually watching. I had my Ring video doorbell streaming live in the corner of my Apple TV using Hoobs. So that, but unfortunately not able to record in HomeKit. So is that what you mean? You can't record in HomeKit, or does HomeBridge not allow it now? I don't know. So Curtis, 50 degrees in Wisconsin. Well, wow, no snow. And the Great Lakes, all water. And how was your trip? I'm like, everything you're saying, you said Wisconsin. I'm like, oh, cold. Oh, no, it's not. You have water. Global warming is bringing you a nice spring, my friend. Welcome. My trip was good. We had a good time. One of the things we try to do when we go up to Big Bears, we stop by the bowling barn. So we did an hour of bowling. It was pretty fun. So we always have a good time doing some bowling. But yeah, it was fun. No complaints. I hurt for a little while after being crashing enough time snowboarding. David, thanks to the EU side, loading is now available on iPhones. Thank God the UK's not in the EU anymore. People can put Android apps and even Google Pay on the iPhones. I don't like this idea for security. You know what though? I drive a Tesla and it has a stupid smart assistant. And I have to use whatever they tell me I use in it, and that's what it is. I can go buy a little widget and a thing and a doodad and make Apple CarPlay kind of work on it. There's no petition, no boycott, no panel gathered to go force Tesla to put HomeKit, or Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Nobody else has to put everyone else's crap on it. Why does Apple have to let you put whatever you want on the phones they make? So it's so stupid. That's so stupid. We're all the important problems are solved, people. All the important problems are solved. We now have to worry about side loading. I try to be positive as I can be, but then there's a very big cynic inside that I try to keep tamed and not let out. And I try not let out. And then the cynic comes out, and you guys know it as the rants on these streams. The cynic is in here just dying to get out, just dying, and in a personal way at the person making this rules, going, like, what I'm thinking right now is, do you go home at the end of the day and really think you accomplished something of value? Do you really think you moved and helped the world you've forced Apple to let other people put crap on because a small portion of people want to do this? Do you really think you made the world? It just feels like energy. Like, here, we'll pay you to just take this pile of dirt and shovel it over to there. And then when you're done with that, we're going to pay you to put it over here. And then when you're done with that, we're going to just have you move it over here. You've accomplished about the same amount of stuff in helping the world, in my opinion. So that just feels like such a waste of energy, resources, overstepping. It's just like, sorry if you're a telemarketer. I'm like, yeah, the person on the EU panel, you're a telemarketer category, in my opinion. It's like, what the hell are you people doing? So, yes, I'm all for government staying out of crap, especially when you're just telling private businesses to cater to the handful. Those people over there are whining, I'm going to put my Android door on there. You're like, hey. So see, that was me keeping it family friendly right there. But yeah, I think it's complete trash. I think it's complete trash that I just like, that's an overstepping because of what I consider a bunch of babies. This product doesn't do what I want it to do, so we all need to make it do what I want it to do. I'm like, you narcissistic a-holes. That's what I feel like. There's just too much narcissism in this. So anyways, the cynic got out. So, Ava, probably high season July to August. Okay, so July to August, but that's also going to be, you get the long days then too, in July and August. Yeah, I was actually in Scotland during the longest day of the year. It's like the sun started going down around 10. It got a little dim and then was starting to come back up around 2, I think, or 2 or 3 a.m. So that sounds like a good time to come. Grant, hey Grant, welcome. Sorry you had to come for rant time. So yeah, there's today's rant. I can't get out without one. Best weather for UK and Ireland is June and July. Okay, cool. See, that might be the trip that my wife wants to go take a trip somewhere. That might be we need to do like UK, Ireland, Scotland. Like I haven't spent enough time in the UK or Scotland. I did 36 hours from touchdown to takeoff. I spent a lot more time traveling. Grant, cool. Welcome, Grant. Thank you for being here. 1 hour. Okay, I'm only 12 minutes over, and we're going to get out of here in a few. Bill Wilson, AI in everything is bad idea. We don't need iRobot to become reality. You never know. Yeah, I mean, this is the only time, I think, in history that we don't have an off button potentially built in. Think of everything that could break us as people. Nuclear bombs, they all have something, has to do it, has to execute. A human has a way to keep that thing from going off. Now we're making something, we want you to be smart and to know everything. But make sure you listen to us. How can this go wrong? Yeah, man, I am really curious where we end up going. So, and T. Leeberg, thank you for being here. David, apparently Apple are pissed at Spotify because they've been moaning to the EU. Apple are looking at finding ways to kick Spotify off the App Store. Yeah, I'm like, it's crazy. Well, look at this. I guess shareholders, there's a class action lawsuit against Apple, and Apple is settling for $459 million because the class action suit said that investors were defrauded by Tim Cook. It's like, it feels like just millions poured and thrown around everywhere. You're like, why did the price go up on this? Oh, this person needs paid off and this legal thing. And so, William Craig, one of the things that I actually found that has been great is in automations that you can do with car devices, smart lock sensors, cameras. The automations are flawless. That is true, man. You get into the Aqara lineup of devices, and if you're not familiar with Aqara, I've covered a bunch of their different devices. The thing to keep in mind, almost every Aqara device does need a hub, so just something to keep in mind. But once you start combining these things together and you use their automations, you end up unlocking the front door, and then it puts your cameras automatically into privacy mode. And then the camera sees your face, or it recognizes who's ringing the doorbell, so it automatically unlocks the door. There's all these things that start to get a lot more integration that you're not going to get using Amazon, Google, or Apple. Yeah, so it's a good point. Real MoFlow, like that. Echo Pop is at 20 refurbished on Amazon. I got a couple, not familiar with their refurbished stuff. Think that's a good buy. The refurbished stuff is great. Most likely it's someone got it, didn't want it, right in a box and back. Like I bought stuff and had no idea it was refurbished. The only thing I would say keep in mind is the March 20th through the 25th are going to be sales. So for $25, you could get an Echo Dot instead that would give you a little better sound out of it. So I would think about it. Yeah, they're refurbished stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. Price is good on there. You might just be able to save more and maybe even get a Dot for the same price. And those Dots are going to give you a little better low end. Will give you just a little better low end and balanced sound. Brenda, what will Echo Hub do for me? No, ask not what Echo Hub can do for you. What can you do for Echo Hub? You can give it all your personal information. What will Echo Hub do for me? Nothing. No. Did you watch my video, Brenda? No, I would say the Echo Hub, the best way to describe it, it's a good smart home controller. It's it's a dashboard for your devices. It's really the best way, a smart home dashboard. Other than that, because I do need to get out of here to take my daughter to dance, and I want to make sure I get to the rest of the comments. I did make a video that apparently nobody wanted to watch. So I was really surprised how bad the performance was. This video on the Echo Hub, and I did release it midweek. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. The Echo Hub versus the Show 8. And it kind of breaks down the differences so that you would know, hey, if I like more of this stuff on the media side, the Echo Show 8's a better option versus the Echo Hub. What I meant, your Eufy camera in hoops. Yeah, I hadn't even tried that, John. There's part of me that's like, I hate the idea of something so new and good, these new 4K cameras, that in order to make them useful, I need to run them through another piece. It's like, forget it. I'll put something else in its way. So, William Craig, actually, when it comes to downloading devices on Apple iPhones, that's all going to change after iOS 18 comes out. It is not required to let people download all types of apps. That is, I mean, I'm really like, so EU, why can't play Xbox? Yeah, see, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like David saying, why can't you play Xbox games on PlayStation or PlayStation on Xbox? It's just, it doesn't work that way all the time, and everyone's fine with it except Apple. You're bad. You're bad. People buy your products and then they like talk all good about it, and they're all like, I like my iPhone, I like it, and they spend all that money and they're like, and I like my watch, and they're all happy, all giddy with all their stupid Apple crap, la, 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 and you're making all this money, making all these dumb Apple people all giddy. Yeah, you're evil, Apple. You're the reason. You're what's wrong with this planet. All your customers over there, all. So I mean, I'm not like, why? This is stupid. It's not like we're regulating the cable companies that are price gouging the hell out of America. We're not regulating them. We're not regulating any of those kind of services. But Apple. So I'm like, come on. It just sounds so stupid. It sounds like dumb, like third grade child logic. It's just like, well, because this is, I think they should. Where it's like, really? Let's just, from a macro standpoint, let's just stand by and just look at all this on a table and go, oh, we're picking this one company out and saying you should make everything. Idiots. That's all I can say. AT&T went down and everyone went crazy. Everyone who went crazy on AT&T should be crazy because they're still with AT&T. So, no, I'm kidding. It does show us how much we rely on this stuff now. David, unfortunately, I won't be around next Saturday as I'm off to watch Manchester United again. Good for you, man. Enjoy the game. That looks like a great place to see a game. So I'm glad. Yeah, you shouldn't be here. You should be at that game. Real MoFlow, my AT&T went out that day. Had to use channel scan on my TV and watch over the air TV for about 7 hours. Life was weird. I love that. You went for over the air TV. Man, that's you need your media fix if you got to go over the air. So that, Larry, I was just wondering if I could use a shortcut with the Aqara, just using Apple shortcuts and not having to do it in the Aqara app. But I can't figure out a way just how to use Apple Home to do that. Yeah, I can't figure out a way to do it with Apple Home. With the shortcuts, you should be able to write a shortcut with that triggering. I'm going to have to look more into that. I am sorry, because I am going to have to run to get my daughter off to school, but I definitely will look into that. Real MoFlow, good idea with the sales. I'll be to send back these in 30-day return window. Yeah, see, that'll work out great if you see a better option. And that's one of those, it's like, hey, nobody knows for sure when sales are going to happen to purchases. That I don't feel bad, returning something because a sale came up a week later. So maybe I'm bad. Take out analog clocks in school, replace them with digital because kids can't tell time. Idiocracy is here. I know, remember War Games? That was AI. I know, I'm like, how is this? How do we not see this? So Brian, thanks for the heads up on the Amazon sales week. Seems like more of them. The days rather than just the traditional Prime Week. Yeah, that is, it's crazy. I'm like, what is the point? It's what we got, like actually 6 sales days starting at 12:01 a.m. Pacific time on the 20th till like midnight on the 25th. So yeah, it's crazy. So get your shopping list ready, folks. Yeah, David, wonder what would happen for Apple to tell the EU to get screwed. You know what? I wonder what would happen. One second. Yes, I will be ready, period. Yeah, that I would love for him to do it. I'm curious to see what happened. I mean, Amazon did it to UPS. If you go and you check out the Amazon history books, the stories on it, they basically, UPS didn't lower the prices to Amazon. So Amazon just went, goodbye UPS. We'll use FedEx. We'll use everyone else. And then UPS came back and was like, okay. So I'd love to see the EU just go, okay, well, I'm sorry, Europe, we just don't sell stuff there anymore. Luckily, China and India sales are going up, so you can import somewhere else, I guess. Or you could get them from the UK. But sorry, guys. Get your people under control. John, I still like analog clocks. It tells me how many more hours I have to work still. Still just looking at it. Yeah, that is the point. Yeah, it does give you that quick. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I am going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being here today. I'll be back next week streaming at the same times. Tomorrow's video is going to be on why I use the Echoes and HomePods, talking about the uses for each of them in my house. Yeah, because I think they have benefits. And one of the things I've said for a long time on this channel, if you're an iPhone user and you're using Echoes, when Sam's Club or Costco or somewhere has that HomePod Mini on sale, get one. Check it out. Play. you know, there's benefits on both of them. So I go into that in tomorrow's video that'll be out in the morning. So thank you guys for being here. Brian, thank you. Have a great weekend. You guys all, David and Andrea, have a great time at the game next week. And yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all being here. Have a good rest of your weekend, everyone. Craig, thanks again. Best wishes to Mrs. P. Yeah, she's been working hard. She's been working really hard. She works on live events as a producer, and she's kind of overseeing multiple events within her. She oversees multiple teams, and she's been busy, and people have been getting COVID, and she's had to cover them, and yeah, it's been insane. So thank you. I will send her that, and I appreciate it. Looking forward to tomorrow's video. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Ava, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy tomorrow's video. And St. Patrick's Day, is that today? Tomorrow? I know nothing. So thank you very much, Gordon. Gordon didn't say Newsom. He's throwing out the bait, and I'm running away. So great, Greg. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, and thank you guys so much. And I will see you at the same time. And look for tomorrow's video. I'll release it 6 a.m. PT. And yeah, take care. Bye.